Today's lesson is going to be area of circles and working with area of circles. The section is area of circles and sectors. We're going to focus just on circles today. It's from 11.3 in the geometry workbook if you're looking and following along in the reveal text. And so all of this vocabulary here is expected knowledge. So they expected that you knew all of this prior to coming to the section. And so, I'm leaving this here for you to take notes. You can pause and take notes on this. And I'll kind of try to fly through these terms. So a circle, hopefully you know what a circle is. Don't give it too much thought. Circle is the same thing you think it is. A perfect circle is the same distance. So this from the center of the circle out to the outside edge, no matter where you're at, that's the same distance all the way around. So it's that distance in the whole loop. All right, the same distance from a given point. All right, that distance is called the radius. So the radius is the line segment that goes here from the center all the way out to the outside edge. And it could go from the center up, it could go from the center down. Doesn't matter where you draw it. If it starts at the center and ends at the circle, starts at the center and ends at the circle, it is a radius. All right. Over here on the one on the right, it starts at the center, goes to the edge, so it's a radius. Okay. Diameter goes the whole way across a circle, the whole way through. It doesn't have to be straight through. It could be like at an angle. Could be, but it's going to start and end on the circle and go through the center of the circle. Right. One key point here, in case hopefully you realize this, but the diameter is equal to 2 radiuses put times together. All right. So the radius twice is 1 diameter. Right. And then the outside edge of the circle is called the circumference. If we do go into sectors, we're going to really need to know that formula. Pi, that's the wrong formula. That's the formula for area. Let's just cross that out. The circumference equals 2 pi r. All right. That's not going to be a big part of our lesson today, so I'm not going to remake this video. But they expect you kind of know that already. All right, and that would be the outside edge. I don't know if you had that in Algebra 1 class or in some prior math class, but that circumference equals 2 pi r, 2 times pi times the radius. And so what we're going to be doing today is that formula that was there, area equals pi r squared. All right, this formula is going to be our key concept of this lesson. It's how we find the area of a circle. And again, the radius, it starts at the center, goes to the outside edge of the circle. And so that's the key formula. You probably want to write that down in your notes or on the side of where you're going to work out your problems. You're going to use that formula over and over again. Right. Have a calculator in that formula, and I think you'll find some success. Also, if your calculator isn't scientific, I want to say this again later, but pi is about 3.14. So you got to use a basic calculator and you can't use a scientific calculator. If you use 3.14, you'll be pretty close. And so let's look at some basic examples in here. So this from the center all the way over to the outside edge, we're going to say that's 3 units. Right? And then part B here, from the one edge all the way through the center of the circle, we're going to say that's 11 units. And so we're going to do this as 2 problems. So we're just finding the area here. And so on the left, area equals pi r squared, radius. The radius is 3. And so the area equals 9 pi. 3 squared is 9, 9 pi. Now, if we were in class, I would say, hey, that's perfect answer. Leave it as 9 pi. The calculator, the computer, when you plug things in, it's going to ask you to round to the nearest tenth. So you're going to type that into a calculator, 9 times pi. When I did that, I got 28.274. All right. And so I want to write the approximately, and we're going to always round to the nearest tenth. So 28.3. And so that becomes our answer down here for part A. The area of that circle is 28.3 square units. If you use 3.14, you would get 28.26. It would still round to 28.3. So that's why we round to the nearest tenth. It gives a more even playing field to people that have to use a basic calculator. The one on the right, area equals pi r squared. But what is r? This is the radius right here. All right. And so half of 11 is 5.5. All right. And so that is my r, because it's half of the whole way across. And so when I go to do the work here, area equals pi times 5.5 squared. Take calculator. 5.5 squared is 30.25 pi. And so that's a good answer. The computer here reveals going to ask you to round to the nearest tenth. So take it and round to the nearest tenth by timesing 30.25 times pi. All right. I got 95. When I did it, I got area equals about 95.0 or 95 units squared. If you use 3.14, you get 94.985. Again, it rounds to 95.0. And so that is the answer here to the B side. And so you just have to plug the radius in. Let's look at their first example. Keon is building a circular patio in his backyard. It's a beautiful looking patio. It's got a diameter because it goes all the way across. This line goes all the way across. So the diameter is 24. And so if the diameter is 24, what is the radius? Well, if the diameter the whole way across is 24, then halfway across, all right, is just going to be 12. So R equals 12. And so for our area, we have area. Part A, just find the area, pi r squared. 12 squared is 144. And they say to round to the nearest square foot. So I typed into a calculator. I got 452 point and some change. So I'm going to say that it's approximately 452 square feet. But the exact answer was 144 pi. The guesstimated answer is 452 square feet. So you just plug the radius in to find the area using that formula. Again, that formula, area equals pi r squared. Now, they have a second part to these problems. Their second part says Keon can purchase paving stones for about $135 per square yard. How much will he spend on paving stones for his patio? Well, first, what the heck is a square yard? There's 3 feet in a yard. If you don't know that, now you do. A football player you know might be able to tell you that. All right, so 3 feet on one side, 3 feet in the other is 9 square feet. That means 9 square feet is 1 square yard. So I got to take that 144 pi that we had for the exact area and divide it by 9. And so 144 pi square feet is 16 pi square yards. And so now I want to do 16 pi times 135. And so I'm just going to grab a calculator and times them all together. 16 times pi times 135, times them all together, and I want to round here. I want to say it's $6,786. And so if you used if you started with the 452 number, you'd probably get like 6,780. You'd be in the ballpark for that answer. All right, so the last kind of problem we're going to have today is like a working backwards, using the area of a circle, all right, to find the missing measure. So we're going to kind of work backwards on these ones. All right, so we're going to give us the area to start, use the area, and then we're going to end by finding missing measures. Right. And so area equals pi r squared. But they give you the diameter of a circle with an area of 196 pi. They give you the area. The area is right there, so I'm going to plug that in. 196 pi equals pi r squared. I divide both sides by pi. Pi's cancel out. Pi's cancel out. So I get 196 equals r squared, which means I need to square root. And so the square root of 196 is 14. Right? And so 14 yards is my answer. Nope. I found the radius. I want to find the diameter. Diameter is two radiuses. So the diameter is 14 plus 14. So the diameter is 28 yards. Something didn't feel. Same kind of problem here. Area equals pi r squared. Find the radius of a circle with an area of 95 square centimeters. Round to the nearest tenth. Well, you're going to plug 95 in here. And then divide by pi. I did that on a calculator. I got 30.239 is r squared. And so then I square rooted. And so I said the radius was about, and it said round to the nearest tenth, which is 1. So I got 5.49. And so I'm just going to say that's 5.5. So again, you just divide by pi and then square root. This one asked for the radius, so that is the radius. We're done. Tried to be succinct here. No, it's not easy, guys. Please email me questions. Please reach out. I'm more than willing to help. The assignments on McGraw-Hill, again, go to Clever, McGraw-Hill. We're almost done with the year. I think this week and next week, if you've been doing it all along, those are the last maybe weeks you have to do. Once you have passed the semester, I'll be sending out emails. Please take care of yourself. Take care of your families. Much love. Miss you guys.